everybody, and welcome to the season premiere of SeeYou Weekly. I'm Mariah.
And I'm Andrea.
And tonight we're going to be talking with you guys about tons of topics. We've got Miley Cyrus, twerking for money, and even some terrorist accusations here on our very own U of I's campus.
And we have a special guest, a representative from the conglomerate enterprise, a U of I dance team who will be competing at Access Grand tomorrow.
Are you ready?
Joining us tonight, we have my co-host, Mariah Ashley, Hannah Butler, and Sahir Khan. All right, so everyone's talking about the whole Miley Cyrus controversy. So Miley Cyrus is at it again, getting down and dirty in her latest music video, Wrecking Ball. Performer Hannah Montana stars continue to stray from her Disney Channel image following her raunchy VMA performance. While Cyrus' lyrics describe the story of a relationship gone wrong, her video has sent waves of confusion throughout the internet, licking a sledgehammer and swinging naked on a wrecking ball. The 20-year-old continues to make history. But are her tears and nudity a sincere sign of vulnerability? What do you guys think about that?
Don't even get me started. Miley Cyrus, I think she's a smart celebrity because she is making this much like publicity, but there are other ways. Like, for example, Zac Efron. Everyone knows and is obsessed over Zac Efron. Everyone knows him, but he doesn't do anything wrong. Like, she thinks that getting out there means doing like these raunchy.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Maybe.
Exactly. Like, I don't think licking a sledgehammer or being naked on a wrecking ball expresses vulnerability. I think essentially she's just trying to make waves, which is a very good marketing tactic. She's really smart because I think she wants people to talk about her, and doing these crazy things is getting people to talk about her.
Yeah, I feel like, I just didn't understand. I just feel like she's looking for more reasons to, like, take her clothes off. Like, I honestly don't feel like her being naked, like, added any type of emotion or art to it. I was just like, okay, she's naked and her boobs not tan.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what I was saying. I was like,
why?
How you gonna do that? Get in the sun for
Right.
California, for instance.
It was just essentially crude throughout, and it just made me uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable watching it. I don't know.
The thing is, I mean, I'm just kind of curious as to why she's acting like that. Is it because she doesn't want to be related to Disney, or is it because she's acting out because, I don't know, she's having family problems, her husband? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it seems kind of odd because a lot of people, I mean, they've taken it to those extremes, but it's not like her where it's, getting naked, being...
Well, I think, like, like, it is, a part of it is she's trying to get away from Disney because, it's hard for a lot of, like, child stars to get away from that image. So I feel like for a fact that, she's definitely trying to show, like, okay, I'm mature, I'm an adult, I can be naked and it's okay, like, I'm over 18 and everything. But I do think, to an extent, she is kind of just, like, trying anything maybe at this point. Like, a lot of the stuff, I just don't feel like there's anything behind it. It's just kind of like, let me just see what happens.
Definitely, like, child stars in general, just like, they go nuts. Like, like, they're really sweet and nice, and then all of a sudden they hit their 20s and they get freedom, and then they go like, oh, Lindsay Lohan on the world. You know what I mean? Sure. So it's like, I think it's just like her growing up in Hollywood.
And I think she wants to, but the way she's growing up, I think she wants to do the whole rebellious thing. She wants people to talk about her, and she thinks that doing this is just gonna, she loves her haters. I really think she does.
She does. Everyone know that.
Yeah, I think she likes to do crazy things, like, because she wants to be like, I'm not a Disney star anymore, but also because it keeps people talking about her, essentially. That's all, I think, really what she wants. She wants to be on people's minds.
Yeah. So if you guys were in her position, would you guys do the same thing as she's doing, or what's something you guys would do?
My mom would kill me. She's like, you know what, Hannah, you're going to go back to boarding school. Not back to, I don't know not back to, go to boarding school.
Military school too.
Yeah, like, literally. I think I would just, I don't know. That's such a hard decision because Hollywood's so dangerous.
Yeah. She's like, I think if I were in her position, I feel like she was, like, I actually, like, really liked Miley Cyrus for at, like, one point in time. Like, when she had her Can't Be Tamed, I was like, yes, do your thing, girl. But, and then she just started taking her clothes, and I was like, oh, okay, no. So I think if she would have kept it, the way she was, like, showing, like, I have my liberation, I'm free, I'm doing what I want, that's cool. But, just being raunchy is just not okay.
Yeah, so. I think there's a tasteful way to like let the world know you're growing up, and then there's a way that's just a little out of control, and I think she's, I don't think I would go her route for sure. My mom would lock me up and be like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break right now, and then we're going to keep talking about Miley Cyrus and the whole controversy with Vogue and her appearing on the magazine. All right, so Miley Cyrus again. So we're going to keep talking about Miley Cyrus and the whole Vogue, magazine, her not appearing. So unfortunately for her, Vogue's editor-in-chief, Anna Wintour, is showing no sympathy for her, and she's pulling out, reason as to why she shouldn't appear for the December cover spot. So what do you ladies think about that? Should she be pulled out for the, the whole being the star of like the Vogue magazine, or was it, a bad decision?
I think that Anna Wintour has complete authority to be like, I don't want this person representing my magazine, because, Vogue, when you think of Vogue, you think of a certain tier, a certain kind of class standard of like what you want to appear on the cover, and Miley Cyrus's behavior recently I personally don't think correlates to like someone who deserves to be on Vogue. Like, it's a big deal. She doesn't represent the same class. This is the nicest way I could put it, I guess.
I think like when you're a celebrity, you do stuff like the stuff that Miley Cyrus is doing, the stuff that's causing all of this talk and all this controversy. Like, she has to know that not everybody is gonna like that. And at some point, somebody is gonna tell her, like, okay, well, we're not down with that, so we're gonna leave you over there. And it happens, and I'm sure Miley, isn't, devastated by it, but it definitely is a wake-up call, I feel like, for her, like, okay, everybody's not going to be okay with that. You have to understand that. And
yeah, I think Vogue is more for like trendsetters. Like, I feel like Lady Gaga is like the right kind of weird.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Because she's a trendsetter. But then like Miley Cyrus is like that weird that no one wants to go to.
No.
So like,
No one can touch that.
That's going to the extremes. Shaving her hair off, twerking out like half naked. I mean, absolutely. Vogue has an image so
Yeah, there's a peaceful way of doing things that, like, doesn't uphold that Vogue standard.
All right, talking about twerking, stay tuned with us, and we're going to be discussing whether twerking is actually a good way to get a scholarship. So, twerking. Not a lot of people like the idea of it. A lot of people say it's really improper. A lot of people say it's also, a lot of vulgarity with it. So, Juicy J has a $50,000 scholarship for the best twerker, and it's only for ladies. What do you guys think about it? Twerking, serious. Don't get me wrong. I personally haven't done it, but
really?
I tried it in my house, but I'm like,
girl, you should do it in public.
I honestly am not about this twerking scholarship. It like strikes a chord in me. Like, I think it's just like a little disrespectful to like women to be like, I want you to like shake your butt for me and I'm going to give you money for it.
Oh my god, that's like considered something else.
Yeah, I'm like, it has such negative connotations, so I'm like, I'm not about it. Yeah, thanks for like the scholarship money, but couldn't I write an essay or something?
Essay how to twerk.
Like, how to twerk.
This is how you do it.
that's what I think. You know what I mean? Like, Juicy J, he is a fool. And I honestly, it's so bad. Not even because like he's like, okay, twerk for me and I'll give you some money. But the fact that he's turned it into a scholarship, like relating it to like education, it's just like
kind of class.
What? Okay. And it's bad because a lot of people are really pressed with school, money for school. So it's like you're really putting these girls in a position to basically just destroy their name and do it for money for school, so it's okay. And it's not, and it's just like he's basically like trying to turn all of these girls like into stripper, like just strip your way through college, just twerk your way through college.
It's disrespectful.
I think I'm the only one who kind of likes it. I feel like it's the fun way because I'm that person who like I don't like writing that much. So I'm a broadcast major, you know what I mean? I don't like writing that much. So I think like it's definitely a way to like kind of push kids to go to school. Like if you're getting a scholarship for twerking, you know what I mean? I'm like optimistic about this.
But have you seen the videos? A lot of the girls going on there, they're half naked,
See, that's the thing, the stipulations.
Exactly. So I get the whole idea. I mean, the whole idea he's doing this, I mean, he has the money. And two, he's trying to get people to go to school. But I mean, it's just,
I feel like there's other ways,
it's
like,
downgrading women.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're half naked. They're, you know, out there in public. What if their mom or dad sees them?
Exactly.
Seriously? No.
I don't know. I feel like there's other ways. If you want to give women scholarships, there's so many other things you could have them do, like dancing for you, like that. Like, I just feel like it's just not. I personally just don't think it's respectful.
That's
the best way to do it.
Yeah, it's not. It's not, definitely not the best way. I think the thing about it is though, like, I'm not for this scholarship, but at the same time, like you said, like, I don't like hate it. I can't, like, I couldn't be upset with a girl who turned in an audition video for this, because it is $50,000 and it is for school. Like, I couldn't like judge them, but I know that, you know, all people aren't like me. Some people are going to be like, oh my gosh, she's dancing for money, she's just like a stripper, like it's the same thing. Like, you know, it just puts them in a hard place, I think.
Honestly, I'm just judging Juicy J, like, not cool.
That's why I tried twerking a couple times, and I would not get the $50,000 for this. So I mean, power to the women who do get it, because that obviously means that they got skill, because it's so hard to do. I tried it.
So with the whole $50,000, would you guys do it? I mean, it's a lot of money. It pays a lot of loans. Personally, I don't think I would, just because I don't have the confidence to just go out there and shake my booty or anything. But would you guys do it?
I just definitely would not pass on that.
I don't know, guys. Like, my mom might be disappointed. Like, I don't know.
But it's $50,000.
That's like a lot.
Yeah. No. Like, I would probably like think about it and be like, you know, go home in the mirror and like, you know, maybe I could, you know, maybe. And then I just be like, yeah, I'm not good enough for this. I can't. I'd be too embarrassed, and my mom would probably pull me out of school.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't know how these ladies are doing it. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen them, but a lot of them are good. A lot of them are just talking about why they want to receive this money, but a lot of them are just like, hey, you know, I'm here to twerk for you. Give me the $50,000. Yeah. And like, I guess like while twerking, you got to play his song. It's called Scholarship, and it's like, all right, I'm paying for your money. Give me something. Twerk or something. I mean, it's hilarious. I mean, but respect for the ladies. I mean, I'm not judging them all, but I mean, I think there's definitely a better way to put themselves out there, and I don't think shaking their butt or being half naked on you know, on television or on the internet, it's a good way to put them out there. All right, and more campus news. We're going to be talking about this whole controversy about this young man who was arrested and accused for a terrorist-like attack. Stay tuned with us, and we're going to be right back. All right, so at the U of I campus, there was a young man who was arrested a few weeks ago for what the police, the News Gazette, and the Daily Illini called terrorist-like threats. The police reports that the student, who we will not say his name, was making shooting gestures with his hands in reference to the Virginia Tech shooting. He was charged with disorderly conduct, but was set for a bond of $250,000. There have been no proper follow-ups to the story. Do you guys think it's fair of what, you know, the police are doing with this young man?
This is like something I feel strongly about, like, because there's so many problems with like the reporting of the story. It hasn't been properly reported on. There's no proper questioning of who reported him, like who called the police, who the police questioned. There's like no proper information. All we know is that this person was doing some shooting gestures with his fingers and making like bad references, and now he's been labeled as a terrorist throughout the community, and his bond is set at $250,000. I don't know if it was fair or I don't think it's fair or like the right way to go about handling a case like this and labeling someone a terrorist for, I think, you know, threats that are at that caliber. I think it could possibly have destroyed his life forever.
Yeah, I think that I mean, it's definitely something that you're not going to overlook, because I mean, you know, the Virginia Tech, you know, situation was terrible, and you know, you definitely don't want to see that happen again. So I do commend the police for taking it seriously, and the students for taking it seriously. But at the same time, I did read that they they didn't find any like evidence that he had a plan or that he was, you know, plotting to do something. So, I mean, I feel like at that point, it should never have gotten to the point where $250,000 was his bond, and like you said, labeling him a terrorist. I mean, come on, like, that's rough. And, he's young, and, like you said, that's definitely going to be something that's going to mess up his name for the rest of his life. And
It already did for the most part.
yeah. And, they were also saying that, he had to pay like 10% of the $250,000, was it?
That's still a lot of money to pay. That's a year's tuition at this university. And, like, without having the proper, if he was let go with disorderly conduct, it doesn't make sense why the bond is so high. And it's frustrating because there haven't been proper follow-ups to the story to find out why this is happening. And also, I think it's completely irresponsible of publications to throw around the word terrorism so easily with something that I honestly don't think I would qualify as terrorism. It is a threat that they should have obviously looked into, but once you throw in that word, it's a completely different dynamic, and it's honestly something that's going to stick with someone for the rest of their life, and it's kind of like a little sad to see.
I mean, you guys mentioned it before. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous to $250,000. I mean, a lot of students, I mean, we're in a college campus, let's be real. And the majority of students are they're drunk, they're not, they don't know what they're saying. And the majority of them are always saying like, throwing hand signs and like saying ridiculous stuff. So, I mean, for just, for this one particular young man, who was accused and charged for this, I mean, it's just, it's absurd. I mean, I don't think he deserved it. I mean, who knows if he's had a past? Maybe that's why they're like, okay, this is the last straw, but it shouldn't have taken it that far. Maybe a night in jail could have been okay.
It makes you wonder if there's like something behind that, because I can see how it's in bad taste, definitely, and how there could be like a fine. Say like if you like yell, I don't know, like if you yell bomb,
fire too.
Fire. Like, do you get arrested for that or do you get fined? Like, there's.
I'm not sure about those.
But it's like,
but you get in trouble.
You get in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, just get in trouble. Like, we're young kids. Like, we can be a little sometimes. Right. But it's like, just find the guy or like reprimand him. Like, maybe scare him a little bit. Don't call him a terrorist. Yeah. And like put labels on him already.
So with that said, he was accused. It was said on the police report that it was disorderly conduct. With that said, I know there was a sorority, it wasn't here actually, it was a different campus, a different university campus where they held the Crips and Bloods party. And I mean, the majority of the sorority were predominantly white. So I mean, and Crips and Bloods is a predominantly African American gang. So would you call them racist? And I mean, for the most part, I didn't see any reports of them getting arrested or getting them charged. If anything, they were just suspended. Like, the chapter was suspended, and I guess they had like to go through like certain meetings and how to like properly act. But I mean, I feel like nothing. I mean, from what I know and from what I've read, they weren't charged with anything. And I mean, you can basically say they were racist. Yeah.
And like, it doesn't help his case of what his ethnic background is. I'm pretty sure that he is an Arab American background, but like, it just goes to show that on a college campus, students make poor decisions. I'm sure when you walk down Green Street at night, drunk guys are yelling out crazy things all the time. But the magnitude of calling someone, like attaching the word terrorist or terrorism to someone's name, is just like, it's just too fishy and hard to shake, and it's a little frustrating.
Well, I feel like we do have to, take into consideration that he does need to be responsible for his actions.
Yeah, of course.
Like, September 11th just passed. We know that terrorism is something that, especially Americans at this point, are taking seriously. You can't say certain things and think that they're not going to be taken seriously. $250,000, definitely too much. Terrorists, that's definitely too much, but at the same time, he has to know that you can't do things like that.
For your actions.
Right.
Yeah.
And as far as the Crips and Bloods, I mean, you can't, under the law, you can't be arrested for being racist. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, they threw a party in poor judgment, and that's definitely not the right thing to go about. But I honestly wouldn't expect them to get arrested for that, just because of the way that things are, like, period now. Like, I that wouldn't be my first thought to like, oh, have them arrested. Yeah, they got suspended. That's probably the best punishment that they could give them, because like I said, you can't really punish anybody legally for the way that they think.
Yeah, I think the question just kind of arises is what is the proper punishment for different kind of things? Like, how do you go about handling various situations like this, especially on a college campus when, you know, these things can like make or break someone's life?
Yeah, I see that's more as ignorance. Because, like, if you don't, it's like giving them the benefit of the doubt, like the Crips and Bloods, like, I would think that that's, like, kind of obvious, don't do that. Because it's really offensive to some people, you know what I mean? But it's like, I think it just shows how ignorant some girls and guys can be. That's saying that, it's like, oh, that's like good, that's okay, it's funny. Or saying, like, this is a good theme for a party. Like, that obviously shows that, like, they need to know what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. So maybe like the media kind of needs to work on that, because
I mean, I guess like the comparison I'm trying to, it's not the same topic, but I mean the comparison I'm trying to make is that, you know, that sorority and whoever co-sponsored with them, you know, they made, it's in a way kind of like racial slurs towards a certain ethnic group, and then this young man, he said some like things about like Virginia Tech. I mean, he didn't necessarily say like, you know, anything bad about it. He just referenced to it and maybe made like shooting guns or with his hands. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's two different topics, but the way how things were handled was, I mean, I just think it's kind of ridiculous, because one group, you know, the sorority girls, they, you know, they just get off not easily, but, you know, they just get suspension and maybe have to do like, you know, go through like a certain process. And then this young guy, he has to get like, he has to pay $250,000, and I mean, it's just like, I don't know, like two different extents. Like one is like too high, the other one is like
too low.
I think it's just the Virginia Tech one kind of hits the heart, where it's like some people like that's like devastating, you know what I mean? Whereas the Crips and Blood is just kind of like inappropriate, whereas like it's kind of like terrorism and then gang affiliation. It's like, I don't know. It's just like I feel like their punishments were kind of on the right line. It's just like maybe chapter suspension and like a little farther than that. I don't know. I think
that to some people, gang issues are terrorism here at home in America. Like that's like, it depends on the person's perspective, I guess. But I guess the one thing I would want though from the story of the student on campus is proper reporting, so as an audience, like we could know what the claims were specifically, why the bond was set this high, and like just the details, because it just, from a reader, like from an outside perspective, it seems so vague. That's
We're going to be right back with my co-host Mariah Ashley, talking with the representative from Conglomerate. Stay tuned with us.
Hey everybody, it's Mariah, and I'm here with Shantier Porter, the president of the Conglomerate Enterprise. Shantier, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well today. It's been a long day, but I'm hanging in there.
Okay. So now, Shantier, you are part of the Conglomerate Enterprise, which is a dance team. Tell me how that started off.
Well, the dance team started in January 2011 when one of our founding members, Mercedes Desmond Allen, decided he wanted to bring a new dance team to the campus. It started off as a 3-tiered organization based on like service, programming, and then there was like a writing component. But as of now, the dance team is what's really active, but we're going to work on getting back to some of those values.
Okay, now I hear that you all do have a very big competition coming up.
Yes.
It's tomorrow.
Yes.
It's called Access Granted. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Access Granted is a big competition hosted by Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. It's been going on for a couple of years now. Basically, all the dance teams across campus come and compete against one another, and now they've been inviting people from other campuses to compete as well, so it's even bigger, more steep competition.
Okay, sounds big.
Yeah.
So now, is this your first time competing in Access Granted?
This is actually our 3rd time, but this time around it's even more pressure on us because we're fighting for our crown. We won first place last year, so we're going to try to do a repeat of that, win first place again.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, I understand that there are a lot of dance teams on the U of I's campus. What makes the Conglomerate unique from all of the other teams?
Well, basically our style is what makes us unique. We're a very thematic dance team. We like to get into our themes, very movie type things, go all the way into the costumes, music matching up, and acting, everything, the whole 9 yards. So that's what makes us different.
Sounds beautiful. So now your competition's tomorrow.
Yeah.
You're the president of the group.
Yes.
How are you feeling about everything happening tomorrow? I know it's a big day for you guys.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I'm a little bit on edge, but I'm excited. Everybody's excited, but of course there's pressure to win again, show up and show out. The dance world is so competitive, but it's really exciting. It's going to be a great experience. And it's my senior year, so it's like my last time competing. So I'm excited.
Okay. Well, I wish you guys the best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
I will be in the audience. Everybody should be there. Everybody show up and
Yes, come out and support. Watch all the dance teams. We all need support.
sounds great. Now, you gonna teach us some dance moves today, right?
Of course, of course.
Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. We had such a great time, didn't we, Mariah?
We did. And make sure you guys comment, subscribe, and like us online.
Have a great weekend, and we'll see you weekly.
And I'll see you at the bars.